What is going on, YouTube? We are just getting started with a 4th of July Amazon Q&A. It'll be a shorter one today. We got the TikTok live right here. But why do I not run Prime Day promotions? Because I don't want to just lose 20% on my margins. You will get an increased traffic during Prime Day, whether you run a promotion or not. The only time that I would run a Prime Day promotion, maybe you're a brand new seller and you're trying to get some rank. Okay, fine. I think that's okay. Or maybe you're number 5 in your subcategory and you think that you have a path to get the #1 bestseller badge. Okay, fine. I think that's okay. But if you're not in either of those two positions, I wouldn't just give up 20% margins. Every Prime Day that we don't run promotions is still one of our best sales days of the year. That goes for that goes for both of the well, it's not just one Prime Day, but that goes for the Prime Day, the 2 Prime Day events that Amazon holds every year. And that also goes for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Those will be some of your highest sales days, regardless of if you run a Prime Day promotion or not. So for me, why discount my price? Because when you think about it, if I'm going to have one of my best days anyways, I'll keep that 20% margin, whereas my sales will probably be more or less the same if I do run a Prime Day promotion, and now I take a 20% hit there. So for me, let's move the camera a bit. So for me, I don't do Prime Days anymore. Brother, change my image as you advised me, and now have CTR of 0.5. Is that good? Way better, bro. You were at 0.03. Now you're at 0.5. That's a astronomical jump. How do you know how much stock to purchase and how to restock? No matter what, Kiwi, I always start with 100 to 300 units, no matter what. No matter what, that's always my test run order because I'm trying to get proof of concept whether that product will be good or not. In terms of how to restock, I have a formula for it. Let's see if I can give it to you verbally. It's easier to show you. So let's say that you sell 10 units a day. So that's 300. With 30 days in the month, that's 300 units in the month. If it takes you, you have to calculate your lead time. So if it takes you 30 days to get a product manufactured, 30 days to get a product shipped, that would mean that we want to have at least 600 units in stock while we're waiting for that lead time. Now, I also like to have at least a month extra of inventory. So then we would probably add another month. So that would be about 900 units, assuming that you're selling 10 units a day. If you can't afford that, then the next best option is as many as you can. What should my CTR goal be? Honestly, 0.5 is great, brother, but always try to get it up. If you can get a 1% convert or CTR, that's in the top percentile. But 0.5 is considered good. What are your thoughts on product insert cards to call for action with a call to action to boost reviews? As long as you're Amazon TOS compliant, you can't ask people to leave you good reviews because that's against their terms of service. Does Amazon give you promotion credit? Does Amazon give you promo codes to give to people, promo credits? Yes, you can do that through the promotion tab. What is CTR, please? Click-through rate. The amount of clicks that you get divided by the amount of impressions. Impressions are how many times people see your ad on the page, and then clicks are, of course, how many times people click on your ads. So if you have a low CTR, you get a bunch of impressions, but not as many people click. If you can increase your CTR, you get more clicks for the same amount of impressions. You're always going to have significantly more impressions than you do clicks. That's totally okay for sure. But I've heard even superheroes and QR codes on the insert are non-compliant. Is that true? Yes, that is true. You can ask people to leave you an honest review. Do you send directly to Amazon from your supplier? Yes, I don't touch the product. The only time I touch the product is when I'm touching the sample to see if it's a good quality or not. I don't ship any orders. I don't handle customer service like that unless there's maybe like an issue where we're trying to get a good review, but I do not touch the products. I'm not UPS. I'm not FedEx. I am simply trying to market my products. You feel me? Y'all make sure you drop your questions down below. Happy 4th of July, by the way, and I'll say it from the top of my lungs, stand on business. God bless America. You ship your labels for Amazon also? No, I don't ship my labels to Amazon. I send my manufacturer the PDF of my shipping labels, and then they'll put the shipping labels onto the boxes, and then I'll have my freight forwarder go and ship the products directly to Amazon's fulfillment centers. And then Amazon's going to store my inventory, and then every time I get an order, Amazon will pick, pack, and ship the order directly to the customer. Reaper, thank you so much for the follow. How do you know you are getting the best shipping rates from your supplier? Do you do DDP? Yes, I do DDP, but I don't ever ship from my supplier. I created my own freight forwarding company, and I use them. Jordan, thank you so much for the follow. So to give you some context, we were just talking about it yesterday, but my manufacturer for a brand new product, 300 units that we didn't just place the order for, they're already completed, but we're getting ready to ship them. My manufacturer quoted me $2,100 for 300 units. My freight forwarder gave us a quote for $904, including the pickup charge for them to go pick up the product from their manufacturer, bring it to their warehouse, and then send it to Amazon. How do you find good freight forwarders? Just look it up. I used to use Forwarder One before I created mine. There's Freightos, Forwarder One, Parcel Monkey. And then you would just get quotes from multiple freight forwarders and see who has the lowest quote. By the way, the second main image, AMZ Optimize gives, came in clutch. So thanks, bro. Of course, brother. Let me use mine. Let me use yours then. That's only available to my mentorship students. I created a bunch of, that's why I tell people that it's not a course. It's not even just a mentorship. It's a full ecosystem for Amazon sellers. So my students have access to the freight forwarder, where on average they save 30 to 50% on shipping. They have the inspection service that I created, and that's according to AQ level 2 inspections. So if you go on Alibaba and you try to get an inspection, they'll inspect 3 to 10 units. If they inspect 10 units, I believe the price is $195. For less, my inspection company will actually inspect about 20, 30%. Like we just placed an order for, like I said, 300 units, and our inspection company is coming in and they're going to inspect 60 units for the same price as an Alibaba inspection. Do you offer your freight forwarding services only to my students? It's exclusive to them. But like I said, there's a lot of freight forwarders out there. I used to use Forwarder One before I created that one. We also beat Forwarder One prices as well. Hola, what up, Ines? Brother, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not here to give anybody some stock advice. You figure that out on your own. If you ship directly to Amazon, does your inspection company take a look within the US? No, they take a look before it leaves the manufacturer, Aeon. So you definitely want to get an inspection before the products leave the manufacturer, because if there's anything wrong with them, like if your inspection fails for some reason, your manufacturer would have to fix that, because you're not going to send products that aren't good down to Amazon. Because then if a customer gets a product that's not good, then that's going to lead to bad reviews, and that's just not setting you up for success. How do you account for product damages in transit? I mean, it really rarely happens. It's not like it's never going to happen. It's just part of the shipping game. I knew somebody who used to work at UPS, and they would just throw the boxes into the trucks. So it happens, but it's very rare. You want to make sure you have good packaging, that your manufacturer packages the products properly. So it's really not an issue that I encounter as much as you would think, Aeon. And I've shipped tens, if not hundreds of thousands of units to Amazon over the years. So not something I would worry about too much. You do want to make sure that your manufacturer does have good packaging though. So just keep that in mind. Y'all, we got a 4th of July live. Make sure that you ask all of your questions down below. Also, I posted some gem TikTok videos today. Last video that I posted is how to get your shipping labels when selling on Amazon. The second to last video that I posted is why your Amazon PPC ads are not getting sales. So last video is for more beginners who are trying to get their product shipped. Second to last video is for people who already have products launched on Amazon and are maybe struggling with PPC ads. Stefania, also thank you for the likes, always liking the live, always supporting the live, always up in here. Stefania, I hope to see you in the program soon, by the way. Hey, Luke, what's going on, brother? What up, King? Good to see you. Happy Friday. Happy 4th of July. God bless America, baby. I'm actually going to go. Actually, let me answer this question. Actually, keep asking your questions. Give me 30 seconds. I just realized something. Hold on. Hold on. 30 seconds. You can count. Maybe give me 60 seconds. And I'm coming back. We're coming back, baby. What am I doing wearing black? Happy 4th of July. God bless America, baby. I think you will. I love that, Stefania. I love that. And remember, Stefania, we have the, again, out of the 300 plus students, we have only ever had, I stuck my hair putting that on. We've only ever had those 3 refunds. I think you heard me talking about that. You're going to be able to check out the program and see. So, Holly, for that answer, hop on a call with my team. They'll be able to answer that question. Other than Vine, review, no, never use review companies. And follow-up emails, do you have any other tips? Allegedly, Ayan, first off, never use review companies. Never, ever, ever. I've heard too many bad things. That's a big no-no. Allegedly, friends and family. Allegedly. I'm not suggesting that, but friends and family is a good option. Allegedly. What type of things should I be doing when I'm waiting on my shipment to arrive, like work-wise? Make sure your listing is fully optimized. Start lining people up for reviews, King, allegedly. And also start doing keyword research for your Amazon PPC ad campaigns. And how do you keep reviews coming in after those initial reviews? I mean, people are going to just naturally review your product. You'll see that, but like a request a review tool. So on every single order, if you go into your order page, you'll click on the order and you'll see a little button from Amazon that says request a review. This is completely TOS compliant, obviously, because Amazon has it. Now, you're not going to go in and request every single review, especially when you start getting a bunch of orders. Like that's not very time efficient. So there's tools from like Helium 10 and Jungle Scout that let you automate this, and they'll go in and request all of your reviews within a certain time frame. You can only request reviews from orders that are between 7 and 30 days. Anything past 30 days is no longer eligible for a request a review. Anything before 7 days is not eligible for a request a review. What if I already finished my listing, did keyword research, and just look at look at competitors on Helium 10. What else should I be doing? I feel like I'm slacking off. There is going to be a bit of a waiting element, King. So if you've done all of that, a good tip for you, bro, especially if you have a brandable product, is start creating social medias. On this account, it's 40% after everything. I like to make sure that I'm at least a 30% profit margin after FBA fees, cost of goods, and shipping on my very first order. As you start to establish the product and bring something called your total advertising cost of sale down, as well as you start to increase the quantity that you order, your cost of goods comes down because the more units you order, the lower your price will be from your manufacturer. And then eventually, you would want to strive to be at 30% margins after FBA fees, cost of goods, shipping, and PPC ads. Do you ever have times where you don't really have much to do in terms of work? Is that normal for a first product? Like I said, brother, you can create social medias, start thinking of ways to make content. It was actually really cool. One of my students, because I talk about this in the program. One of my students started sending me some of their TikTok videos they were making of the product. Have you ever offered a free gift via product insert to increase reviews? That is incentivizing reviews. If Amazon opened up your package, which sometimes they do, to remeasure your product, and they saw that, they could remove your listing, potentially remove your account. There's people who do it. Doesn't mean that you should do it. You know what I mean? So no, I don't. But yeah, a lot of it is the waiting game, King. I always believe, hold on. Excuse me. I always believe in the 10X concept. So you can definitely be, like I said, creating social. Before my product ever, my very first product that I launched on Amazon, before it ever launched on Amazon, thank you, Stefania, I had 200 followers on IG because I was having people follow it, shout out my brand, all of that. Is tacos something that you have to calculate manually? Yes, it is something that you calculate manually. There's some softwares that can do it, but it's ad spend divided by total sales, not ad sales, total sales, organic and PPC sales. Let's go. Make sure you drop your questions down below, everybody. We won't be on live that long today because I got somewhere to be for the 4th of July. I was just getting some work done today, and I was like, hey, let's hop on live for the people as well, shall we? So here we are. And make sure you guys go show some love to my last few videos. It's going to take me a minute to edit it. I wanted to post it today, but I'll probably post it tomorrow. I have a 10-minute video, the longest video I've ever recorded on TikTok in my entire life. Once I edit it down, it'll probably be edited down to like 9 minutes. But I have a 9 or 10-minute video coming out on TikTok. God willing, I'll try to post it tomorrow. It is a full step-by-step guide on how to sell on Amazon, at least the 5 main steps. We cover product research, differentiation, listing creation, manufacturing, and my launch strategy. So I'm going to need everybody to go check out the TikTok account tomorrow. Watch out for that video and go show it some love. What is PPC? Stands for pay per click. It is Amazon's advertising model. Also, Google has a pay per click model as well, but it's advertising in simple terms. Advertising on the keywords that you want to be seen on. Once you get sales on those keywords, it drives up your organic rank so that people can see your product and on these keywords without having to actually run ads. Also, I just realized this YT live is probably going to get flagged because I've been playing music in the background. I didn't even realize it because it was so low. Hopefully YT does not pick that up. But now we paused it. I forgot to turn that off. Whoopsies. Y'all make sure you drop those questions down below. We're probably not going to do some product research or anything today. Maybe we'll do some product research tomorrow. How many impressions on ads before you start optimizing and making changes? You don't base anything on impressions. You base everything on clicks. Impressions just means people see your ads. You don't get charged for that. Did Vine change its rules so now we can enroll before our listing is live? I have to check on that, Pranav. Yeah, I'll have to double check on that. I don't think, maybe. Let me check and I'll get back to you. Pretty sure this is the Pranav in the mentorship. So I'll go ahead and, if you want to ask it in the Facebook group, brother, and then I'll check and then I'll answer your question in the Facebook group. I base it on about 20 clicks for my main keywords. So if I get 20 clicks on a keyword and it's not converting, I know that it's, in the next 20 clicks, I'm not going to be performing any better than that first 20 clicks unless I went and got more reviews or optimized my listing, especially my main image. So you base it on clicks. A lot of people say like, oh, wait a week, but what if in 5 days you have 100 clicks on your campaigns? You don't need to wait an extra 2 days, an extra 3 days. You just base it on the clicks. Now you do have to account for the 48-hour ad attribution sale delay. So if you get a sale on Amazon, it might not automatically show up in your campaign manager because sometimes, not always, sometimes they'll show up right away, but sometimes they are delayed by up to 48 hours. So you would want to make sure that you subtract the last 48 hours when you're looking at your campaign data. If that, like, so for example, if I was going to make optimizations for the last week right now, I would not show the data for obviously today, and I wouldn't show the data for the 3rd, and then the last day in the 7 days would be the 2nd or the 1st of July, if that makes sense. Let's get it. Log out of this really quickly. Thanks for the advice. Of course, anytime. That is what I'm here for. That is why I do these lives, to answer all of your guys' questions, give you guys advice, give you guys analytical thing. Hi, what do you recommend for product research? I personally use Helium 10, either the black box tool or the Amazon search method. I have videos on my TikTok and my YT channel on how to do this. Maybe we'll do some product research either Saturday, tomorrow, or Monday. Yeah, probably won't do any today just because it's going to be more of a Q&A live. But yeah, I do have videos going over my exact strategies on how to do that. I kind of want to let TikTok, this isn't for you. YouTube, I love y'all. Super short YouTube live today, but I kind of want to go sit outside. So God bless you, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll do a full YouTube live tomorrow.